What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Framework Fortune Breakdown. We'll be going over a couple of stocks that have recently gotten hot in the market. Me and Ben, we've been speculating a little bit, going back and forth, destroying each other's ideas.
Yeah,
And so we just want to bring you in on it. And here we are. So
absolutely.
starting off here, we have GOVX that popped up crazy today. Of course, I've been talking about the monkeypox in my live streams, and a lot of people they're like, "Man, this is a joke. This blah blah blah." I'm like, "Bro, you gotta trade the emotion. Think about what we just came through. This is a whole nother hurdle that is on the horizon. And the hurdle size may vary once we get to the horizon. It may be a little hurdle or it may be a big one. But for me, I'm like, look, I'm going to take advantage of the distance we have away from the hurdle and the fear. So, a couple people I talked to in the Discord and everything, they were like, "Oh, this is just a joke," but there's opportunities, so I'm gonna be where the opportunities are and let it pay me.
Yeah, I think Hal is accurate in the assumption that because we just came out of a pandemic and now we have a new possible crazy virus on the loose with this monkeypox, it is the worst name possible to be something to take serious. But the emotion of everybody who's been scared because of COVID could easily transfer over to this since it's so recent. And I can say, I mean, obviously it's getting some pops. It's bounced, looks like from 55 cents the last 2 days actually to 285 today. So that's quite a move for 2 days. Yep, 50% on the close. Did crack that uptrend, but I mean, you're what, 200% over the low of the year right there in 2 days.
We'll definitely get some consolidation above that $2 though.
Do you think it's gonna hold this $2 area right here?
Yeah,
You kind of it'd be. Mm, there
I think it's gonna
is.
go flat for a couple days.
Yeah, we got this new downtrend started, but overall, even though this uptrend is cracked, it is still up, so it's holding gains. I don't know. We'll see. This is
I
pretty low flow, did it? Yeah, 9 million shares. So any Street's bet group or any trading group could easily push this up.
I guess you could use as a kind of like we did with INDL and oil. The initial stock that was making the moves was SIGA, so you can kind of use that as a precursor. SIGA out of the open today on Monday. I knew that it was going to be falling, and there was rain clouds, hovering up there, and I just feel for anybody that bought up there at 17.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean that was way off the trend line.
Yeah, came back and did this whole little retracement, and I'm looking to trade it again. I'm gonna continue taking whatever I can until they come out and say monkeypox is fake.
Right. Yeah, right
Until they
here.
say monkeypox was just an NFT.
Monkeypox, the NFT. All right, so here's a little headline here because I haven't looked as much into this monkeypox thing because I've been a lot more into crypto with everything happening there. You guys obviously seen that with the videos I've been putting out. Okay, monkeypox. Growing concerns about the emergence of monkeypox in Europe and U.S. has sent several vaccine and drug companies soaring. Though infections are rarely reported outside of Central and West Africa, 92 cases have been confirmed this month. Interesting.
Isn't it though?
Yeah, it's definitely, yeah. There's definitely some psychology with this play. What is this? Oh, Biden told everybody to be
Yes.
worried
Yeah.
about the outbreak of monkeypox
Yes,
virus.
sir.
Ah, okay. Well, we're in a down market, and a lot of times in down markets, we do see the pharmaceuticals get pumped up, and why not monkeypox? And Siga's actually holding this trend line pretty strong here in after hours, coming back up
Isn't
to
it though?
1165.
Beautiful.
Yeah, nice little curve off of that uptrend.
I'm looking for my re-entry. My first entry was at 888. If it can dip down to maybe like 10 tomorrow, I may be considering it for another little bump up. But I want to see it test 10 first, because 10 is kind of like that footstool.
Yeah, 10's always a natural support and resistance line. Yeah, we could. I don't know if it doesn't crack this uptrend, it may not come down to 10. We'll see. What's the float on this one? 72 million. So that one is getting quite a bit of action. 73 million in volume. So the whole entire float was traded today. And GovX with that rip and only 100. Oh no, that got a ton of volume today. Okay, I thought that said 160,000. That's 166 million.
Super
Uh,
cheap. It's 55 cents. Everybody can buy 1,000 shares.
yeah. If this hype and everything continues, this could rip because you do almost have the 10-day crossing over the 50 here, which would be a bullish sign. A little bit of confirmation. It's just that 200 days is going to be really strong. 275, 3.
Said it might end up going flat for a couple of days.
Yeah.
Trying
And
to rip.
what's going on in the oil markets?
INDO oil has been Oil came down. I'm glad I took my profits where I did. Oil has been coming down a little bit, and I usually trade INDO in response to the oil. But as oil has come down, I'm just looking for a dip. My previous entry on INDO was nine. I mean not nine, 1476. So it's 20 cents away from my previous entry when I sold up there around six or around what is
Back
that
in this rip.
18ish, a little bit around the 18, yeah, up in there.
That was a nice trade. Well, oil's dipped a little bit.
Yeah, it's not looking
Still,
too.
well, it closed today, holding right on the 10-day moving average. Well, it's not closed yet because it's a future, but actually, if you look at oil right now, that's a nice consolidation it's been making since that last big rip. Just making its way, building higher lows up that trend line.
It's gonna have to hold that 110 to prove itself to me.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely got to hold 110. Don't want to see it come back down to 100
Cause
because that would be the crack of the everything.
the way that I sold it was when it broke that 114.50,
Mm-hmm.
114.50, and I sold, and INDO continued down.
Oh yeah, right on that peak. Shell drillers are pumping out dividends instead of more oil. Okay, that's interesting.
That means they ain't looking for no more growth. They're like, yeah, we're
No,
gonna
they,
stop here, guys.
yeah, we're gonna stop. We're gonna leave it around 550 a gallon to 750 a gallon. They seem to be all right with that. They're not killing each other yet.
Or it might be a psychological play though,
Could be.
because if people are making money on oil, who's going to? I mean, that makes no sense. You're basically paying out people to make money on oil and then go buy gas when you could, keep it flat for a while and continue to play with the prices in the real world and make people suffer.
Yeah, and pay. Make them pay in the highest possible U.S.
Exactly.
dollar
That
amount.
inflation.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. So I definitely would keep oil plays on watch. Gold as well. Gold's been holding 1850. So there's a couple of different plays to watch that are pretty low float. AUST is a new one that had IPO'd back here in the beginning of May, shot all the way up to 29 that day. Let's see, he's got 13 million in float, and it is down at a dollar. Let's see what it do today. Hit a low of $1.67, down here at like $1.79 right now. So it hasn't done anything. But if gold starts spiking, since it's holding at 1850, we see it start pushing back towards 2000. This is starting to make a nice curve. And then let's see, what is the other one? HYMC. Of course, that's AMC and Sprott's investment. Is gone a little bit bearish, a little ways off that 200. But I would expect with this support area and gold holding where it is, that we're going to see a bounce. You get the support there and the trend line.
Did you see the news on GameStop? They are getting a crypto wallet or something.
Well, I do know that GameStop is bringing their NFTs to the Mutable X platform where Gods Unchained is. So I'm sure they're going to create a digital, yeah, right there, launches NFT crypto wallet. Let's see, the company said this will allow gamers and others to store, send, receive, use cryptocurrencies and NFTs across decentralized apps without having to leave their web browsers. The wallet as self-custodial Ethereum wallet, yep, that would make sense because Immutable X is built on Ethereum. It looks like they're about to launch these NFTs there. So we'll see how much hype comes into the NFT market because the NFT market is down, but Immutable X is just rolling, 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 adding more and more projects, more and more partnerships. I mean, they are just killing it right now. So with GameStop coming, there could be some crypto hype mixed with stock market hype of Wall Street bets people. So
Yeah, you might see some correlation with the two. You can use one to trade the other.
possibly, very possibly, because that seems what GameStop is trying to switch their business model to is go more blockchain gaming.
Yeah, they broke down that 100. They feeling some type of way. You know,
Yeah,
like man, we gotta get back over $100. They don't want us no more.
exactly. But yeah, that's something to keep an eye on with cryptos being so low as well. You know, BTCS, Charles saying that they had a very small position in Luna, so that did not hurt them. Their biggest position is Ethereum, and they just smashed earnings. Still getting overshadowed, of course, by Riot and Mara, which are always crypto stocks to keep on watch when cryptos start rebounding because they usually get up there. See, it was up at 46 last year at the right when the crypto bull run ended. Here we go.
So AGRI was one of the I played and I made some money off of it. AGRI, I was playing it based off the news about the baby formula and the
Right.
ramping up of production of different producers of the materials for baby formula. And I was kind of playing it out there because I thought it would get a little bit. I thought it would open up a little bit more, but as you can see, it's kind of a flat movement. It gives some nice pushes out, but just not the kind of range that I was looking for. So I'm still
Yeah.
watching it if it ever
It's
wants to turn on the gas.
yeah, I mean
But
it's super low float, only 15 million shares, but you just don't have a good daily chart because they've done so many common offerings and stock splits or whatever they've done to cause all this chaos. You know, you really don't have that past history to go off that much. There we go. So when was that spike? That was last year around November, where it did shoot up from $2 to 7 in one day.
yeah,
But
when all the toilet paper was disappearing.
yeah, well, that makes sense. Yeah, so if we start seeing like more lockdown talk or something, or like this monkeypox pandemic thing gets crazy,
Or if we see a lack of materials, that's what I'm looking for.
actually, if it can break 350, that was major resistance back here, and then it held as support.
I think
The
350 is becoming a nice short level.
50 day though just crossed over the 200. You know, I don't know. This is starting to look bullish on this 4 hour.
Well, the thing I was thinking about is when the news dropped, which was
See.
last Monday, Wednesday, whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
And at first I didn't know. I think Dallas had called it out that it was like fertilizer or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But then I started looking at other news about like the production of things going towards baby formula because we were literally out. And so I was
Right.
like, this is interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah, it got some moves, but it kind of went up. It had a couple of days, maybe 2 days of good big moves from that. Looks like the 150 up to the $3,
Yeah.
and then that $3 at 350 area shorts were like, nah, bro, we
Yeah.
got the formula now. We're
Yeah.
going down.
It's super strong resistance. So but this if it comes up again, this would be the third test. It's tested once, twice, and if it bounces off this trend line in the 10-day tomorrow, possibly could break it. But you may be right. There may be because with this down market and everything, we may see a lot of shorters sitting on that resistance line, and it may not be able to get through there. Yeah, that's an interesting play. Plus, there's a fertilizer shortage as well, right? So
I think the baby formula outweighed the fertilizer.
that would I don't think that should, but
It's
consider you got to
trading,
grow the stuff to make the baby formula. But hey, whatever the market decides, that's why the market's crazy.
yeah,
You got anything else you're keeping an eye on? Oh, Redbox.
yeah.
Let's talk about Redbox.
Traded that one for a nice little move today. Traded twice, traded earlier and got stopped out
Ooh, somebody's
because they
on.
didn't want to act right. and then traded it later. It gave me my setup, and I took it.
Yeah, now you said this has no news.
Yeah, thanks. I mean, I don't understand why it's up, but if it's giving opportunities, I just take it.
Right. I think it's maybe one of these GameStop Wall Street bets type of plays. It is super low float, 12, only 12 million. Been pretty low on the year for sure. Yeah, before this year, it has actually had some spikes at the end of last year, some big spikes. All the way up
Everybody was
that,
trapped in the house.
yeah. Hey man, you never know with monkeypox. We could see people getting trapped again. So it does have a uptrend on the daily that is above. We have a downtrend started. This area of support, it's kind of figuring itself out after this runs.
Shorts are already figured it out. It gave its move and failed today. That 200 moving average right at the top of that big resistance right there,
Yep.
611 ish, is failing back into this area of previous support where buyers should be sitting, but it looks like they're going to be having a
Yeah.
little bit of a losing battle.
Yeah, it wasn't a very convincing close over that today, over that
Exactly.
previous support. So I could definitely see it coming back down to the trend line to 450, 425. And it is pretty volatile, pretty low float, so it could crack all the way down to this 250 area, actually,
I think it's going to crack down to that the second consolidation you got there.
right
That one
here.
right there,
Four,
$4,
yeah.
3.98, $4. That's the spot that I think it'll settle on and go flat. If it's gonna continue up, it'll go flat there. If it's not, it's gonna break right on through that and go touch that 250.
Like this candle here is a scary candle. Like you don't want to be at the top of this candle, buying at the top of this candle.
Well, that's what I was looking at for today. Is
Yeah.
that looks like this move was the end today of a short squeeze,
Mm-hmm.
like squeezing all those shorts out of that little candle right there, and then finding the new resistance.
Redbox is I thought was dead. I didn't even know red boxes were still around.
Yeah, it was green today. It was up 20 something percent. I was like, all right, let's play.
Yeah, I mean it's had some jumps the last couple of weeks. So something to keep on watch. Very low float could get some more action if it breaks these resistance
We
areas.
can look at our good friend Snap. They got his neck
Oh,
snapped.
yeah, I heard about Snap. Oof. Ouch. Boy,
Oh
no
man,
kidding.
that's that's that curve stomp.
Yeah, this is a perfect example too. Why? Just because something is down low and it was higher before, like $83 was the high on this, just because it's low now doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to bounce and go back up. This can happen. And Snap is a pretty big company. It's part of Meta, right? Yeah.
It's a pretty
Facebook.
big company that's scared right now. If you read
Yeah.
the read some of the news there.
They're blaming it on the slow economy. Yeah, there's the SNAP issues, profit warning on deteriorating macroeconomic environment, adding to the pain of social media companies feeling from disruptions in the digital ad market. And yeah, this is you know what the disruptions are? It's blockchain. It's all crypto disruptions in the digital ad market. You're getting a lot of advertisers going over. You see crypto.com was all over the Super Bowl and stuff, Coinbase.
I need to look into some projects, see if somebody's taking over what Snap's doing in the crypto world.
I know of about 5 or 6 different social media platforms. And I do think that is where we're going to see everybody go from Facebook, unless Facebook can outpace them and pay people to stay on the platform in some type of token. Because all those decentralized ones, which with decentralization, you get no censorship. There's nobody at the top who can tell you can't post anything. So I think we're going to see a lot of different companies like this die because of blockchain, and that's the nature of tech stocks. Very few companies will survive in a new tech wave, and Snap was a part of the social media tech wave, and now we've got the blockchain tech wave coming through. So we're going to see some major players get smashed on. Hopefully, Spectrum.
Hopefully, none of our viewers were holding Snap. I know me and One Life, we traded Snap way back when it was actually worth something, but
Yeah,
Yes.
Well, I think this is partly a symptom of what we were just talking about, and partly because the stock market is basically imploding on itself at this point. The NQ has just been going straight down, a few little bounces. That was the last major support area. That whole area that could not hold. Was that today or yes? No, that was Friday when it hit that 11.5 support area that I've been talking about. That threw a lower low down. So I don't think the market's rebounding. Maybe we have another little possible bounce back up this week. Well, you guys know what I think on this. I think we're on a death spiral in the stock market. Yeah, that's why 11.5 is so strong. The 200-day is there on the weekly. But that would be the first time the NASDAQ cracked the 200-day since 2008.
It's having more and more problems doing those crazy bounces that it was doing.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see even on that little drawdown right there, it's what like 8 or 9 days of just
Oh, right
descending.
here. Yeah.
This a weekly. This a
No, this
weekly
is
chart.
this is a weekly chart. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's about 8 weeks.
yeah.
Straight down. Like I said, we may level out right here at this 200. It's been over a decade since it broke the 200 on the weekly. Well, anything else you got for them?
That's it, man. I'm sticking to my rules, cutting, not even letting losses occur. Most of the times I'm in the green anyway, just not letting things run against me, just taking the green, whatever it gives me, and just thinking about, hey, I can get back in. I can get back in. Every single day I make that my slogan. I can get back in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you haven't yet, go check out HHTRADER's channel. Does live streams almost every day of the week that the market is open, or every day of the week, depending on his schedule. I'm still having a battle with Spectrum, and I don't know when that's going to end, but I'm also going on vacation for a week at the end of the week here. So I will be gone.
Make sure that you go and join. It'll be in the description. We used to have the Discord link on the site, but now it is in the description of all of these videos. So join the Discord, be a part of the community. Come in and don't come in thinking, "Oh, these guys are masters." We're learning every single day. Trading is a continual learning thing.
Exactly.
So we come in, make our or create our thesis statement and stick to the rules that we want to follow for whatever trade that we're doing, and that's how we do it. But we talk about everything entrepreneurship and investment, and it's a great community. So come be a part.